If you want to reduce your health insurance premium, do not make these mistakes while buying a policy. Imagine a person opening their laptop to buy health insurance. Different companies' plans are appearing on the screen. The premiums are different, the cover is different, and everywhere it says best plan, cashless treatment, family protection. He thinks, I'll just take the cheapest plan. It will save me on the premium and I'll also be insured. But the real fear is hidden right here, because a cheap premium in health insurance can sometimes become the beginning of an expensive claim. The fear increases even more when the hospital bill comes up and you realize that the policy has a room rent limit, co-payment, a waiting period, and some expenses aren't covered at all. The curiosity here is reducing the premium wrong or necessary? Can money be saved in health insurance without weakening the protection? And which points while buying a policy can save your pocket today as well as in the future? Today, health insurance has become not a luxury but a necessary part of financial planning. A medical emergency can come at any time, and a hospital bill can often suddenly shake up family savings. But on the other hand, the premium is also bothering people. The amount appears to increase every year at renewal, and the customer wonders if just taking insurance has become so expensive. The truth is that the premium can be controlled, but for this you need correct planning, not just a discount. Buying health insurance is not shopping, it is risk management. The first point is age. The earlier you take a policy, generally the more affordable the premium can be, because at a young age, the health risk is considered lower. Many people think that since they are young, what is the need for insurance right now? But this very thought can prove to be expensive later. As long as your health is fine, taking a policy can be easy. After a disease is detected, getting a policy can become difficult, expensive, or restrictive. The rule of health insurance is simple. Looking for insurance after an illness arrives is like going out to buy an umbrella after the rain has started. The benefit of taking a policy at a young age is not just a low premium. Through this, the waiting period can also be served early, and coverage continuity can be strengthened in the future. But taking a policy early does not mean taking any policy. Even at a young age, it is necessary to look for the right sum insured, a good network, and clear terms. Now the second big point is the coverage amount. Many people take very little cover to save on premiums. In the beginning, this decision seems smart, but at the time of a claim, it is realized that the cover has fallen short in front of the hospital bill. The right way to save on premiums in health insurance is not to reduce the cover, but to understand the structure. If the basic cover is low, a large claim can make the entire policy seem small. Therefore, one should take the base cover and add-on cover thoughtfully according to their needs. Here, a super top-up plan can be useful. A super top-up can be an option to give higher cover for a lower premium, but a deductible is applicable in this. Deductible means that the insurance company will pay only the claim above a fixed amount. In 𝐼RDA-linked policy wordings, a deductible is described as a cost-sharing requirement in which the insurer is not liable up to a specified amount. Suppose you have a base policy and a super top-up on top of it. Then the base policy can handle the initial claim, and in case of a large bill, the top-up can help. But while taking a super top-up, it is necessary to match the deductible with your base policy. If you choose the wrong deductible, the gap will come out of your pocket. Now understand co-payment. In co-payment, a certain percentage of the claim amount has to be paid by the insured person themselves. In official policy wordings, co-payment is described as the specified percentage of the admissible claim amount that the insured person bears, and it does not reduce the sum insured. Co-payment can reduce the premium, but it can increase expenses at the time of a claim. Therefore, do not look at it only from the perspective of a discount. If your income is stable and you can pay a small part yourself, co-payment can be an option. But in families with senior citizens or frequent medical needs, it can prove to be burdensome. Both deductibles and co-payments can reduce the premium, but both also shift the risk. That means the premium is low today, but on the day of the claim the cost can come into your pocket. The most dangerous line in health insurance is, lower the premium now, we'll see later. Later you often have to see it at the hospital counter. Now let's talk about network hospitals. While taking a policy, you should look not just at the company name but also at the list of hospitals in your city and nearby areas. According to the policyholder portal, upon taking treatment at a network hospital in a policy with a cashless facility, the TPA or insurer can arrange direct payment to the hospital, but expenses outside of policy terms and sublimits may have to be paid by the insured themselves. Meaning, a network hospital can save your liquidity. The pressure to arrange cash in an emergency can be reduced. But it is not necessary in every case that just because it is a network hospital, the premium will automatically be lower. The premium depends on product design, age, cover, city, medical history, and insurer pricing. Therefore, look at the network not from the angle of premium discount but from the angle of claim convenience and cashless support. Now let's come to the room rent limit. Many cheap plans have a room rent cap. The room rent cap looks small, but it can have a big impact on a claim. If you have taken a room more expensive than the eligible room, many expenses can be proportionately reduced. Some plans can keep the premium low with conditions like shared rooms or lower room categories. This can be an option for a budget buyer, but the family should know beforehand that the room choice will be limited at the time of a claim. Taking a shared room option to save on the premium is not wrong, if you can truly accept that condition. The mistake happens when a customer takes a policy by seeing a lower premium and expects a private room at the time of a claim. Every small condition in health insurance can become a big bill of the future. Therefore, it is necessary to read the policy wording before the premium. Now comes the matter of buying online. With online comparison, plans, premiums, benefits and exclusions can be seen side by side. Sometimes, in online purchase due to lower distribution costs, better pricing or direct benefits can be found, but this is not guaranteed in every product. While buying online, do not just apply the lowest premium filter. Also look at the claim process, hospital network, exclusions, and customer support. If you can understand the policy wording, online buying can be convenient. If the terms are confusing, it is better to take help from a qualified advisor. Do not consider the advisor's fee or commission as just a cost. If an advisor helps in choosing the right plan and in claim support, they can also provide value. But blind trust is also not right. Whether you buy online or from an agent, the final responsibility is yours to ensure that the correct information is filled in the proposal form. Hiding medical history to lower the premium is the biggest mistake. If there is diabetes, blood pressure, surgery, and old disease, or if medication is ongoing, it should be correctly disclosed. The premium might increase a little, but wrong disclosure can turn into claim rejection or a dispute. In health insurance, speaking the truth is not a premium-saving trick, but a claim-saving discipline. Now understand the waiting period. Not every disease is covered as soon as you take the policy. 𝐼RDAI policyholder information also states that some diseases or conditions might not be covered in the waiting period, so it is necessary to read the policy document. In plans with lower premiums, the waiting period, sublimits or exclusions can be more strict. Therefore, always understand the reason for the cheap premium. Now let's talk about the no-claim bonus. If you have not made a claim, the cover can increase or a bonus benefit can be received in some policies. This feature is useful, but it is necessary to read the rule for the bonus. Whether the bonus will reduce upon making a claim or not, what the maximum limit is, all this is written in the terms. Wellness benefits can also help in premium control. Some insurers can give renewal benefits on a healthy lifestyle, steps, health checkups, or wellness scores. But do not take a weak base policy by chasing wellness discounts. The main protection should be strong. The discount is a later thing. Now understand the difference between a family floater and an individual policy. In a family floater, the entire family uses a shared cover. For a young family, a floater can be affordable. But if parents are at a senior age or any member has a chronic illness, a separate policy can be better. Many times adding parents to a floater increases the premium significantly. In such a case, a separate senior citizen health policy for parents can be practical. To reduce the premium, putting everyone in the same policy is not always smart. The policy structure should be made according to the family's age, health, and risk. Now comes the matter of portability. If your existing policy has become too expensive or the service is bad, then porting can be an option. The policyholder portal states that, in health insurance portability, the waiting period credit gained from the old policy has to be given to the new insurer, provided the conditions are met and the policy is continuous. But porting is not a magic button. The new insurer can evaluate the proposal, change the premium, and the terms can also be different. Therefore, do not take the decision to port on the last day of the renewal date. Compare first, keep documents ready, and understand the waiting period credit. Now let's talk about add-ons. Consumables cover, OPD cover, maternity cover, critical illness cover, personal accident cover, all sound good to hear. But every add-on is not necessary for every person. Add-ons increase the premium, so choose according to your needs. If you have higher OPD expenses in your family, then an OPD cover can be useful. If doctor visits happen rarely, then its extra premium can be unnecessary. A critical illness cover can help in serious diseases, but do not consider it a replacement for a basic hospitalization policy. If you want to reduce the premium, remove unnecessary riders, but do not cut necessary protection. Now also understand the difference between EMI and annual payment. Some insurers provide monthly or quarterly premium options. Monthly payment might feel easy, but the total cost can be different from an annual payment. Check the terms to see if there is extra loading in the installment mode. If you can afford the annual premium, then compare and see which payment mode is cost effective. Now choosing a deductible is correct only when you have an emergency fund. If you do not have a cash buffer, a high deductible will cause stress at the time of a claim. The attempt to reduce the premium should not be such that you have to take a personal loan despite having a policy in an emergency. The purpose of health insurance is to reduce financial shock, not to create a new shock. Now, city and hospital costs can also affect the premium. Treatment costs can be higher in metro cities, so the premium can also be different. Many plans keep zone-based pricing. If your treatment will mostly happen in a smaller city, then a zone-based option can make a difference in the premium. But keep in mind, if treatment is taken in a metro city later, co-pay or restrictions can be applicable. Therefore, read this condition very well. To save on premiums, choose a location-based option only when your future treatment preference is clear. Now talk about claim settlement and service quality is also necessary. A cheap premium is good, but if the support is weak at the time of a claim, the trouble can increase. Understand the insurer's claim process, pre-authorization speed, grievance support, and hospital coordination. Health insurance is tested at the hospital desk, not on paper. 𝐼RDAI has strengthened norms for insurers in the direction of making the cashless claim process faster and more customer-friendly, and reforms regarding cashless approval timelines have also been discussed in the industry. But still, the customer should keep their documents, policy card, previous records, and contact details ready. A simple way to reduce the premium is not to let the policy lapse. If the policy breaks, continuity benefits and the waiting period can be impacted. Missing the renewal date seems like a small mistake, but in health insurance, it can be very expensive. Keep an auto reminder, save the policy document, and definitely tell at least one member in the family about the insurance details. Now, the most important point: compare every year, but do not switch based solely on the premium. Often, in an old policy, the waiting period is already complete, there is a claim history, and there are continuity benefits. Leaving all of this behind just to save a little on the premium can be wrong. Before porting, compare both the old benefits and the new limitations. Reducing the premium in health insurance does not mean weakening the coverage. It means removing waste, creating the right structure, and understanding the hidden conditions. If you take a policy at a young age, choose the right sum insured, use a super top-up, check network hospitals, understand the deductible, and remove unnecessary add-ons, then the premium can be better managed. But if you just take the cheapest plan, you are not saving on the premium, you are postponing the risk. And when that risk appears in the form of a hospital bill, it can be many times larger than the premium. Therefore, while buying health insurance, always ask one question: am I saving on the premium today, or am I making a future claim difficult? The right policy is one that suits your pocket today and does not leave your family alone in an emergency. The real game of health insurance is not of discount but of decision. The person who buys a policy after understanding the terms is the one who controls the premium better and remains more confident on the day of a claim. So the next time you sit down to buy health insurance, do not just look at the price. Understand the age, cover, deductible, co-payment, network, room rent, waiting period, and portability. Because reducing the premium is a good thing, but saving the premium by reducing protection is not wise. Illness does not come after asking, but insurance can be taken after understanding. And this understanding can provide the biggest protective shield to your savings, your family, and your mental peace.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.